channel Neeses Pieces. I'm Niecy and I have a special guest with me today, my teddy bear, Josh. This is my boyfriend, you guys. This is our special Valentine's Day video that we're doing for you guys today. How do you feel about being on YouTube?
I feel fine about it. Definitely ready to get up in this food though, for sure.
What are we eating, by the way?
Man, we're eating some Jammin, some oxtails, some rice and peas, some plantains, and some cabbage.
Plankton? I always thought it was like Plankton, like the guy from SpongeBob. So yeah, you guys, if you guys have ever been to LA, or if you guys are local, Jammin is one of the best Jamaican food spots that you can possibly go to. I know their jerk chicken is really good. I tried it, you know, well, I've had it all my life. It's pretty spicy, but y'all should check it out for sure. I also have a chicken patty.
You got the chicken?
I know, because they call it beef patties. They call it chicken patties.
I thought you did get the beef patty.
Well, I thought I did too. It's a chicken one though. It's not beef for sure.
This will be my first time trying Jammin, so.
Yes, I hope you like it.
I want to see how they oxtails hitting for it, because they definitely got some competition.
Babe got his hot sauce on the side on deck as usual.
Man.
Because he can't eat nothing without hot sauce,
I gotta have it.
So let's get into the vibe of the week. Babe, what's your vibe of the week?
My vibe of the week probably has to be Johnny P's Caddy by J. Cole and Benny the Butcher. Probably like the most, probably because of how J. Cole got off of that on that song. That's probably the most reason why I like that song this week.
A lot of people says he looks like J. Cole. I just had to say it.
I don't know.
You don't see it?
Nah.
You don't see that at all?
I don't see it.
Y'all, in the comments, tell me if he look like J. Cole, okay? In the comments, let me know if this man looks like J. Cole.
That's not the reason why I picked him for this song.
And The Weeknd mixed, like, together.
In The Weeknd.
Yes, if they had a baby. I know they two men, but if they had a baby. My vibe of the week, you guys, would be If I'm Lying, I'm Flying by Kodak Black. Because I can't let these people knock me off my pivot.
Man.
The universe set me down and talks to me, I listen.
Hey, you gotta give my boy Kodak his props.
Yeah, hey, I don't feel like he's underrated, but I definitely feel like people only give Kodak his props when he get out of jail and then he make a banger, and then they really don't be messing with him after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know.
The fact that he,
but I'm
every
a Kodak
time he
fan,
gets
y'all.
out of
I love
jail,
Kodak.
he do his thing, is the reason why you gotta give him his props. Not the
Got
one time,
yes.
not just twice. Like, he's been in jail a good couple times, so him coming out, either drop an album, go back to jail, or he drop a song. But usually an album, and he get off. So
I definitely agree. I agree with you, babe. Well, let's dive into this food, because it's looking pretty good. You guys, I haven't eaten anything all day. Like, all day. I think I had a granola bar and some Girl Scout cookies. Okay? That's all I had. So good. Okay, so, babe, I heard you had a few questions for me.
what book has impacted you the most in your life that you've read, regardless of what age it was?
What book?
What book?
Now.
And why?
And why? Okay. Definitely in my life, like a book I still remember.
Yep.
Y'all remember elementary school, that book about this teacher who couldn't control her class? And because she couldn't control her class, she basically lied and said that I don't know, it was some type of like witch or something that was like a substitute, but it was her dressed in like these weird, scary clothes.
I kind of feel like I remember that.
Yeah, I wish I knew the name of it. In the comments, tell me if y'all know the name of that book. It's a real old book.
And what happened after that, though?
Well, basically, she showed up in the scary clothes, and the kids were so scared of the substitute that I guess they pretty much like respected her, like in a sense, like they were like listening to her because they were afraid of her. And so I guess she did it to teach the kids a lesson. And so the kids went on a trip to find their real teacher to apologize to her because the substitute was so horrible to them. And so I guess
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
the teacher went out sick, and then they gave this like mean substitute teacher.
And it was really her, but she
Right.
was just dressed in all this black, like, you know what I'm saying? Still haunts me to this day because that lady was scary. That's mine. What's yours, babe?
I maybe remember that book too, actually.
What's yours?
Mine probably would have to be Monster. Mainly because it just changed my point of view of English. Because honestly, I think I read that book in I think the 6th grade, I believe, or the 7th grade. And I honestly didn't care for English at that time either. But the fact that I had a teacher who was she just would read the book out to everybody if you didn't want to read it. So I got to really see it from her point of view. Especially because she was able to read really well. So I was able to really tell how the book was. Because she said she did all the voices for different people. She did pretty much try to bring out the person's point of view that it was a different character in the book. And if anybody's read that book, you would definitely understand why, because it was about a teenager who was caught in the middle of his friend killing somebody, and they end up catching him for the murder. And since he didn't want to snitch on his friend, and he made one of his friend to think that he was either a snitch or a buster, he ended up just staying in jail scared because they kept threatening him and kind of not threatening him. So they tell you the point of view from the lawyer, from the
You like stuff like that too. That seemed like right up your alley for sure.
It was definitely a really good book. They actually got a movie on Netflix now too, but I get a movie like a 7.
Oh, you've seen it? Without me? That's great.
You don't be liking action like that.
Whatever. Anyway, you guys, we have Starbucks drinks here. I just got the basic tall caramel frap with extra caramel, of course, and almond milk because y'all know why. If you know, you know. What you got, babe?
I got a vanilla bean with extra caramel and whipped cream. Okay. Definitely one of the ones where you don't really want to deal with no coffee, but you gotta have it with almond milk, cause man, nah, it's a wrap.
Okay, so I have a question. So do you think there's a difference in limitations of a wife and a girlfriend?
Limitations as in what?
Like, do you feel like a wife or a girlfriend should behave or act in a certain manner, and how do they differ?
I probably would say for a girlfriend, it all depends. Really, it's depending on what that person wants. Like, as a girlfriend, you probably would want your girlfriend to be like more nurturing, or you might want a girlfriend who cooks for you. You might want a girlfriend who do different things for you. And as a wife, you'll probably already expect that from them because they kind of already knew, being so that you already made them your wife, you figured they already know you so well.
So you feel like for a wife,
you're figuring out if that's the kind of things in the girl that you like.
So you feel like for a wife, there's like an expectation factor. Like it's like a
kind of like for husband.
You expect these things. You want your girlfriend to do X, Y, and Z, but as a wife, you expect these things. Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. I don't know, not 100%. Cause I wouldn't say expectation, cause then you'd be like, I don't know, maybe. Cause I guess like in the husband's point of view, you expect your husband to do certain things because that's your husband, right? Same thing, like as your boyfriend, there's things as a boyfriend you wouldn't expect them to do.
Intersection. I don't expect no man to do nothing for me, but it would be nice, you know. I feel like the difference for me is more so when it comes to decisions. That's the difference to me. Now, if you're just dating someone and you've been together and you guys have not legally binded, I feel like your decision is your decision and that person's decision is that person's decision, you know?
Right.
Like, you can't make decisions for me, or you can lead me or guide me in my decisions, but you can't help me make or solidify them.
I think that would be the biggest difference between a boyfriend and a husband. Because in reality, exactly that. Like, he can just give you a point of view which you think is not the best, but he can't be like, even as a husband, you would be like, well, this is going to affect the both of us. Besides, I guess, it being so, like, as a boyfriend, you're just going to make me feel bad. Or I'm not going to like what you did. And in reality, it just lets you know, obviously, that means you need to move on. Because the person that you're with is obviously not giving you what you want. And that should definitely let you know you are husband material for me. Which is why I feel like it's per se for the person.
I totally agree.
What would you tell your teenage self if you were talking to them right now?
I would tell my teenage self, all the things that you think are important right now are not important. That's what I would tell my teenage self. None of these things are going to change your life. None of these things are going to make it better. You know what I'm saying? These relationships that you're forming with these people around you aren't going to carry out into your future. You know, I feel like I'm getting to the point in my life where as an adult, I definitely feel what my parents were saying back then. Like, you know, when they were like, like, you don't get that none of this isn't important right now. And when you get older, you're going to wish you hadn't done X, Y, and Z, you know? So.
Or pay more attention to X, Y, and Z, because this is what's going to benefit you in the future.
Or took more care of these things, you know?
Realizing that hanging out is only, like, beneficial for the moment of, like, what you're doing it for. Because reality, like, do you even remember what you was doing 10 years from now? 100% that day, other than it's something you consistently did. Most likely you didn't. It didn't probably carry out to you for 10 years from now. And was it really worth it? And that's definitely something I was like, man, no, I did pay attention to that. But every auntie, every uncle, parents all said the same thing. Hey, man, you don't. That's not gonna matter. Like my grandpa was definitely saying, man, ain't nothing new under the sun. So everything you doing, I done did 10 times. So you need to go ahead and just listen. But of course, you like, oh no, you don't know nothing. You can't tell me this. Like, so for sure, you definitely realize that.
That's fire.
I give the oxtails 7.5. Well cooked, but the flavor honestly don't taste no flavor.
What?
That's just me. I think he cooked it well. I give it a 7.
Did you caught COVID? Cause I don't see how you can't taste this.
Well, I mean,
this is
what do we taste? I tasted good meat, but when you talking about like on some kind of joint, so I said I give it a 7.5. Maybe an 8 if I put some extra sauce on it. Maybe I'll try to dip it in some sauce, give it that.
Listen, I feel
but the rice and peas on point, cabbage on point. Definitely would say that for sure, 100%.
What did you see in me when we first got together?
For me, I mean, I feel like you were a person that was very like, I wouldn't want to say direct. I would want to say more like, how can I put this? I would say probably, I wouldn't want to call it aggressive, because it wasn't really aggressive.
You think I'm aggressive?
Nah, because that's why I don't want to use that word, because it already has a bad light around
Why did it even come to the forefront?
Because when I mean aggressive, it's more like when a situation like, so I don't want to say impulsive, because we already know you don't like hearing that. I mean more like,
I don't mind it. I know I'm impulsive.
Yeah, but you more like love when she hear impulsive, real quick. But I'll probably say like it's just more aggressive in the sense of like when you like something, you do it. And you just shine like how a son's supposed to shine.
I shine how a son is supposed to
shine. Yeah, like in regards to anything else, which I think is, something that definitely clings me to you for sure. Because I'll be like, you know what?
You know why I call you my son?
Because you shine like one. And that was definitely
that was real sentimental, thanks.
That showed me, like, I was like, you know what? I like that because, everybody has their times that, they not so sunny all the time. Man, I'm trying to cut it, but it's not definitely cutting the way I want.
Use your Jamins. You
I
over
was
here
try- I
flaking
was
it
trying
all
to-
up.
I was trying to be delicate.
Wrong with you?
Trying to be exquisite with the.
That ain't real life. Get wrong with it.
Mmm. This is okay. Yeah, it's good.
I'm weak.
I'm trying to.
Is it good though? You like it? I like the chicken one. I really love it.
All right. So, what would you rather have? More time or more money?
I would have more time because I already been living with not a lot of money, so
I definitely feel you.
you know what I'm saying. My life wouldn't change. I would just have more time on this earth with the people I love. So
Okay.
I would definitely choose more time.
Okay, I can see that.
What about you?
I probably would have to say more time too, because with more time you figure out different ways to get more money, and
That's a good way to think about that. So do you feel like you fully know your partner in 3 years?
I personally feel like you don't really know anybody to even exact amount. Like you don't even know your mommy fully, 100%. Cause
I know my mama fully. Mama, if you watching, I know you.
There's still
Front
aspects of your
to
mom
back.
you don't know, because there's things that she may not have told you. You might feel like you know them 100%, but you still don't know them 100%. You might feel like I know them well enough, and that's to be discussed, because that's just based on what you think you feel. So I don't know.
So you don't feel like you fully know me?
No, I don't feel like
I'm a stranger to you.
You're gonna continuously change. Like you're growing. If you feel like
That's
you're not
true.
growing, which means
That's
that
true.
you're being shielded to a certain point.
And day by day too, because I'm definitely not the same person I was yesterday.
You weren't the same person you was when you were 22. When you were 22, you weren't the same person you was when you were 16. When you were 16, you weren't the same person you was
That's a
when you were
large
11.
jump.
It's the same though. Because when you were 22, you probably you wasn't thinking nothing like how you were thinking when you were 16. Even if so, it's probably the manifest to something else. But for sure, even 23 to 21, I can 100% tell you I was not thinking the same thing at 23 that I was thinking at 21.
That's true.
It's a big difference.
That is a huge maturity jump. 21 to 23.
You start to realize man, I don't have no other milestones for ages that I'm looking forward to besides the one you're dreading, which would probably be what they say be 40.
Well, I dreaded 25, and yet here I am. So.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I dreaded 25. But you didn't think it was gonna come as quick as
it
as
came
quick
very
as it did.
fast. It came faster than I needed it to come. Yes,
'Cause 21
absolutely.
came by really
Once
slow.
I was 22, going on 23, I was like, whoa, life is gonna start to flash before my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, it's just life gets more real for sure. For some people, it gets real a little sooner, depending on you. But I definitely think by 25, you realize dang. All my friends ain't the same friends that I had. The focus that we all used to have when we was 21, all we cared about was having fun. All we cared about was partying. All we cared about was, if so, that was what you cared about. You probably don't even think about that no more. If you are, you probably dang, I'm the only person thinking about it. So.
Yeah. So, you guys, we don't have any food anymore because the camera cut off and we pretty much demolished it. I was hungry. He was hungry, and we was not gonna wait for our food to get cold for the camera to charge. But we're gonna wrap that up. As you guys all know, I love you. He loves you. We love you. It's over, and we out. Peace.